Let's be clear from the start, jealousy does not seem like a harmless emotion, yet it is a destructive force that distorts people's perception of what is right and wrong. And in today's world, we can no longer afford to stay silent about this issue, especially as society increasingly treats jealousy as if it were normal or acceptable. The truth is, many individuals are suffering, feeling isolated, confused, and uncertain about how to navigate this distorted social landscape. Meanwhile, others exploit this climate, feeding off others' emotional instability and impulsive behavior. Those who remain pure and genuine often feel deeply unsettled by this reality because instinctively they recognize that jealousy should never be normalized. And those who remain pure and genuine yet find themselves the target of jealousy must learn to navigate society with both wisdom and restraint. The first step is recognition. Understanding that jealousy projected onto them is not a reflection of their worth, but of the insecurities of others. With that awareness, they can avoid internalizing negative energy and protect their peace. And one must cultivate resilience by anchoring their identity in values, purpose, and inner stability rather than external validation right now. Because when we do that, we can maintain clarity with ourselves and how we deal with the societal framework in the world that often rewards toxicity. And when we do that, we model a higher standard of conduct because the challenge is not to dim our light and the light, but to carry it with discernment right now in this dark time period. Because it'll shine in ways that will affirm the truth without us being exposed to envy's destructive reach. Staying in the light, staying in righteousness is our anchor to not being tainted by envy's destructive reach. From a spiritual standpoint, honesty and openness can be powerful when guided by discernment. The scriptures reminds us that there is a time to keep silent and a time to speak, and that the faithful path is not reckless but spirit-led. We need to recognize when God is opening that door for us to share our thoughts about things, and when silence preserves dignity and peace. Speaking on jealousy right now is vital because it is a societal issue. When we speak about this, it gives us space for truth without overexposure and can spark discernment in others, revealing who shares a hunger for wisdom and dismisses it. That's all it reveals at this point, who appreciates wisdom and who doesn't. So right now, anchoring a conversation about jealousy broadens one's perspective to spiritual and societal revelations, and it allows righteousness and its light to shine without wasting insight on people who are unwilling or unprepared to value it, because basically stating that it is a topic worth learning, it's going to reveal who wants to learn it as well. Jealousy has indeed become a rapid societal plague right now, reshaping relationships and distorting values. So addressing it openly is not only appropriate, but necessary, as it names the spiritual disorders at play that is causing societal disharmony. And by framing jealousy as a cultural conversation rather than a personal confession, one protects their heart and shifts the focus from an individual struggle to a shared human experience. Too often people remain silent about jealousy because they fear sounding like they're complaining, especially with how normalized it is right now, as if it were natural, when in truth it is not. Speaking openly allows us to guard ourselves while still planting seeds of truth that challenge false norms. And That's why people should not remain silent. Humans always think remaining silent is the way of protection, but it's not, because what we respectfully need to convey on the toxic tendencies that are happening in the social framework right now, speaking about it openly allows us to guard ourselves. So when we speak about things in insight, we can also figure out what we need to give attention to and what we shouldn't. And when we are no longer silent, it often breaks the silence that often gives envy its hidden power. When we name it, we strip away its ability to operate in the shadows where it thrives on secrecy and denial. And that's what it feels like now, right? It feels like jealousy is being able to operate and thrive. And that is an issue. That is not a good thing. It's causing people to go, what's going on? And since it's a rising epidemic right now and being normalized and even glamorized, shining a light on it is necessary. It's like when you walk in a room and you turn on a light and it's like everything becomes clear. That's what needs to happen with jealousy. It needs to be exposed, because we're living in a time where envy doesn't sit quiet. It is pushing people into sabotage, gossip, isolation, and even violence. It's no longer private. It's a cultural currency. If we don't talk about it, we let it silently shape society. So when jealousy goes unchallenged, it becomes embedded in the cultural framework, even impacting how love is defined. You know? Like, it's crazy how jealousy is really defining our social experiences right now. But by speaking about it openly, we strip it of its power, call it what it is, and begin to replace envy with understanding, respect, and accountability.